Hey everyone, welcome in to yet again another highlight video here of some of the dirt street stock action that we've seen here in the past. We're going to take a look back. I believe this was June, in the end of June-ish area that this race was done, so it was a little while ago. You know, we've been slacking a little bit on the uploads and everything else, especially over here on YouTube, but we're going to start trying to push them out more and more and more. We got a lot of race highlights saved up in the memory bank on the PC, so we're going to be trying to edit up a lot of videos, start to pump a lot more out, and hopefully we can put out some wicked awesome content for each and every one of you guys to enjoy over here on YouTube and over on Facebook and pretty much everywhere else. You know, we see a great race here. We see one caution flag through the entire race. It was a great race, a ton of fun. Live from, this was live from Federated Auto Parts Raceway, I-55, Pevely, Missouri. It's the TNA Motorsports SIM500 Dirt Series. We see these guys put on a great show, a great race, a ton of side-by-side action, and at the very end we see some surprising contact that we normally don't see, which really, mix things up inside the top five. And, a little bit of a surprise winner out there on the racetrack as well late in this one that, seemed to be saving some tires. And then, boom, he was there, pushing to the front. And, it was a very exciting end. So you're going to want to watch this one all the way through. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that sub button, hit that follow button if you're watching over on Facebook, and obviously hit a like, drop a comment, let us know what you think of the highlight videos, what you want to see more of, what you want to, any ideas you have for some cool videos, as we really want to start pumping out a lot of YouTube content, trying to grow the red site up more and more and more. So please make sure you let us know up in the chat what you think and what you want to see here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Thank y'all for tuning in, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Peace out, baby. Peace out. As we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are green flag racing here from Federated Auto Parts Raceway. Quickly up on the high side, here comes Massey. Massey trying to stay right there to the outside of the 09 ride of Joshua Ely, trying to keep him pinned down as Massey's going to lead lap number one here, using the high side, the middle side of the racetrack to his advantage as he is out in front early on in this one. Massey, though, that bottom side working very, very good. Some good side-by-side battles out here on the racetrack as both the high side and the bottom side right now in perfect condition. And we see some awesome side-by-side battling. Jamie Massey way up the racetrack there, looking for a big run down the front straightaways. That time by looked like Joshua Ely led that lap, so we got a new race leader. Charles Barnes right there trying to clear the 91 ride of Keith Hackney for that third position on the racetrack. Hackney trying to stay right to the outside of the 21C as well, and here comes Seth Castle. Alex Brewer up there on the high side, the 0B machine of Bradley Means there in 8th, Jim Revis in 9th, Bryce Dickinson there in that 10th position, Jeremy Vaughn, Lane Phillips, Sean Fowler, Cody Myers, Ty Dickinson, Tyler Jackson, and Gary Gagliano rounding out the field. Looks like the 822 ride decided to take that EOL because of his internet there. T-Jack, unfortunately, not having the start that he'd want. He would have started outside of that second row, but took that EOL as we see some contact. Keith Hackney stuck in the middle. Jamie Massey sliding back as well as we see some action at the front of the field. Our race leader, Jamie Massey, sliding back now, back into that 4th position as he's right in the middle. Here's the 21C of Charles Barnes to his outside. Massey still sliding back ever so slightly as they're 3-4 wide down through corner number 3 and 4. Jamie Massey getting sent to the back here, probably trying to save some tire in this one as that new tire model starting to come into effect here. Jim Revis staying right there behind him. Bryce Dickinson right there as well in the 84 wide, trying to keep that car pointed as straight as possible, trying to save these tires. Jeremy Vaughn, John Fowler right there behind Bryce Bear. Then you see the 29, the 55, and the 67 of Ty Dickinson. They're bringing up the rear of our top 15. Joshua Ely continues to lead the way here. Ely out in front, just clicking off these laps in quick concession as Seth Castle there in second. Grady Ehrman in position number 3. Keith Hackney there in 4th, and Alex Brewer now up inside the top 5. Is Brewer going to work the bottom side of the racetrack? See that rear end kick out? That's what these guys are trying to minimize. The less that these cars kick that rear end out and spin those rear tires, the more tire they can save for later on in this race, and that's when it's going to be most pivotal of having those fresh tires, as we've been clean and green so far in this racetrack, really starting to slick off now throughout the bottom to middle side of the racetrack. The high side going to probably start to come in as that most dominant line, but you're going to see drivers getting up into that outside wall, and that's not what you want to see as Charles Barnes gets a little bit of contact there, gets up into the wall. He's going to slide back a few more positions back behind Jamie Massey in that 9th position. Jeremy Vaughn trying to work himself up through the field here as he looks down underneath of Barnes and Massey here in the 8 machine. John Fowler right there behind him. Bryce Dickinson and Ty Dickinson right there in 12th and 13th. It's Keith Hackney there in 4th, still to the outside here of Alex Brewer, as Brewer continues to work to the inside of that 91 ride. See Bradley Means right there as well, but our top 3 starting to really run away with this one is to see the 09 ride of Joshua Ely working himself up to the high side of the racetrack. The 7 ride of Seth Castle down to the bottom side. He's looking to roll that cocky Floyd Consulting number 7 ride to the front of the field, as the big run there on the high side pays off and keeps the 09 ride out in front. It's a little bit of a blink and a little bit of contact there between the 09 and the 7 machine. Brady Ehrman right there, as well as that Dark Side Racing, Householder Racing number 43 machine, trying to work himself up to the front of the field as he sees these two battling right in front of him. The thing is, are they saving tires? As another one of those Dark Side Racing rides trying to work himself up inside the top 5 is Bradley Means right there in 6. He's going to work to the outside now, the 1 ride of Alex Brewer. So it looks like that bottom side might be starting to fade away ever so slightly. The high side starting to come in a little bit better. Keith Hackney way up there against that outside wall. Bradley Means going right through the middle. Alex Brewer still right down on the bottom side. This time is going to slide up a little bit more into the tacky stuff, trying to get some good grip and good traction on corner exit. All right, we're going to jump into a PeaceMaker game and crank it up, as we're going to go almost 3 wide here at the front of the field as Ely, Castle, and Ehrman continue to duke it out. These guys continue to put on a show here for us. There it is, our first caution flag of the evening. The caution flag coming out here for the first time in this one. We're going to take a look back and see what happened here, what brings out our first caution flag of the night. Having some issues here in that NLR Papa Mike Promotions number 55 M-Riders. The Majula C Speed Shop ride just gets up into the wall, has to brake check ever so slightly, and unfortunately his teammates wanted to run each other right there. As you can see that 29 ride right there behind him, gets a good run here off the wall. Unfortunately, the 55 doesn't get that run. See him get right underneath that rear bumper, lift the rear tires up, brake, traction, and spin that 55 machine around. An unfortunate break there for our first caution flag of the evening, but we're going to get them all stacked back up and go back to green flag racing. So the green flag quickly back out into the air here in this one as the green flag already back out. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that follow button if it's your first time here. Let me know what you think of the broadcast as these guys continue to put on a show for us. Joshua Ely out in front. Grady Ehrman down on the bottom side trying to take position number 2 away from the 7 ride. Seth Castle as Castle shows that high side there on the restart. The Delaware restarts paying dividends here for the 09 of Joshua Ely. Keith Hackney sticking right there to the back bumper of the 7 ride now, thinking to maybe try the bottom side, but he's going to stay right there in the tire tracks of the 7 machine, keeping that 91 ride off the outside wall, trying to save those tires as Bradley Means stuck down on the bottom side here right through the middle, sliding back ever so slightly as that 0B machine is going to go back into that 6th position with the 1 ride of Alex Brewer working to his outside. Yo, Blainer! Blaine Grass. Blaine coming in with the 100-star dono. Let's go, Blaine. My boy coming in, showing all the love. Jim Revis there in 5th. Bradley Means working to his outside now as the 0B machine's able to get up to the high side. Here comes the Blanken's 822 machine of Tyler Jackson as Jackson saving those tires, now activated here, trying to get that 822 ride up through the field. Unfortunately, that blinking this is definitely going to make it rough for the rest of the drivers around him here as you see Alex Brewer missing that front bumper, getting up into the outside wall. No caution flag. We're going to keep on racing. Jamie Massey right there in that 9th position as Massey still holding back, I think, just ever so slightly. So isn't Charles Barnes. Bryce Dickinson right there in 11th. Jeremy Vaughn there in 12th. Cody Myers, John Fowler, Ty Dickinson rounding out our top 15. Lane Phillips there in the 16th position with Gary Gagliano there in that 17th spot as Tyler Jackson continuing to blink ever so slightly, but out in front, it's all Joshua Ely. Ely continuing to lead the way. Grady Ehrman right there in position number 2. Keith Hackney there in 3rd as the NH Lens Papa Mike Promotions. Number 91 ride trying to work himself up towards the front of the field here, trying to pick up yet again another checkered flag. Has 2 very fast cars right there in front of him that he's going to have to try to get around in the laps. Continue to click down here. Lap by lap by lap, this racetrack continuing to get tougher and tougher and tougher, but the cars are almost dealt here in this one as they head down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. We're going to see 5 more laps left to go. 5 more laps here left in this one. Who's got the long run ride here in this one as Joshua Ely trying to get it done. Here comes Keith Hackney up on the outside though, trying to work himself around the 43 machine of Grady Ehrman. Ehrman looking good down the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to stick right in the tire tracks of the 09 ride, but unfortunately the 91 of Keith Hackney finding something up here on the high side, finding that extra little bit of grip. And here he goes, getting that car pointed towards the front of the field. He's going to try to hunt down our race leader as he's going to try to bait that number 09 rider Joshua Ely back to the start-finish line here for the checkered flag. Seth Castle there in 4th. Jim Revis in position number 5. Bradley Means, Jamie Massey, Alex Brewer, Bryce Dickinson, and Charles Barnes rounding out our top 10 here in this one as Ely has a rear view mirror full of Keith Hackney. Some contact almost goes around the 09 rider Joshua Ely. There's the white flag. The white flag's been displayed. They're racking down across the start-finish line. No caution flag. We're going to keep on running. Keith Hackney down through corner number 3. Down and out of corner number 4. It's all Hackney here in this one as he's going to pick up the checkered flag. Grady Ehrman coming home in 2nd and Seth Castle coming home in position number 3. Joshua Ely hanging on there to come home in 4th. Jim Revis there in 5th. Massey, Brewer, Bryce Dickinson, Jeremy Vaughn, and Ty Dickinson rounding out our top 10. Charles Barnes, Lane Phillips, Cody Myers, John Fowler, Gary Gagliano, and Bradley Means, and Tyler Jackson, unfortunately, rounding out the field here in this one. See what happened here. It's unfortunately for the 0B machine of Bradley Means, we had the wrong place, the wrong time, and the 09 ride coming back up the racetrack, gets into the 57. Oh man, takes out Bradley Means. He goes right into the track entry there in corner number 1. That's a tough spot to be, as he's got to back down and out of that. We also saw Cody Myers get a big hit into that, as well as the 55 ride. Gets a bunch of damage. We'll have to see what happens here. 0B, the 1 ride, the 21C. There goes the 55 ride getting spun around. So a tough break there for Cody Myers. There's John Fowler spinning to avoid the 55 ride.